Hi everyone, this is Aruna Arichami, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SNS College of Technology. In lecture series today, we're going to see about in detail about the MongoDB. So what do you mean by MongoDB? Where it could be used, that we're going to discuss in this particular lecture series. So what do you mean by MongoDB? MongoDB can be used in cross-platform. It is not a licensed one, it is an open source one. It is only a minimum number of MB only. It look like a shell. So wherever we need, we can able to we can able to install in the online platform. So it can be available in the MongoDB Community Edition. Through that, we can able to download that particular shell based on our system capability. That is a hardware specification. And also, it is not a relational; it is a non-relational. And also, it can be used. It can be called it as a distributed database, or we can call it as a NoSQL database. All the thing it is based on the documents. That is, we can say it is a document-oriented database. So here, how the data can be stored means instead of storing the data in tables and rows, all the data can be stored it in the document manner. But in relational, all my data can be stored in terms of tables. Table can contain the rows. That rows only we can call it as a tuples. So it is just a opposite because it is a dynamic schema. That is a schema-less, or we can say schema-free architecture. So how the data can be stored means it will look like a JSON. How the data can be available in the JSON, similar how the data can be stored. See here, this is the example for how the data can be stored in the MongoDB. So this is a specific ID. Each and every document can have that document ID. So that can be called it as an object ID. So this is my first name, last name, age, and also it will have an array of data. So what do you mean by array can be called it as a, we can able to store the similar data types. So here also interest is my data field. In that I can able to store the n number of interests together. So that can give it like this. Favorites inside the favorite you are having a color blue. Here we are directly giving the data. Favorites, you are having a favorite sports, favorite color, favorite food, anything whatever the like we have, that can be stored like this. So in next, my object ID does not have an interest and favorite. It will have only the friend name, first name, last name, and the age. That alone can able to store it. So this is the how a data can be stored it in the MongoDB. So it look like a JSON documents, how the JSON can be there or there. So why we have to go for a MongoDB? Because here it is a auto shading, and also it is a document oriented. Performance is very high, and also updates is very easier. It will have a replication, and availability and scalability is a higher one. And also we can say it is a rich query language, fully indexed support. Based on the index only, your data can be stored and retrieved. The thing for that only we are using the sharding and the replication for storing the indexed data. So for this particular reason only we are have to go for the MongoDB, and MongoDB is very much easier to use. Similar, see here, this is the MongoDB database. Here your document will be like this. So this is the how the data can be stored in the table. Person, car, and look like this thing. This is the how a data can be. So if doesn't give that particular data, it automatically take it as a zero thing. So this is the thing. This is the relational. This is the MongoDB data. So this is the how a difference between the MongoDB and the relational data. See here in the relational, whatever the data we are having, that could be only stored. Otherwise, it will be based on the schema less. It can be arranged based on the whatever the data we are giving. Second thing is, what is the thing we are saying JSON? YAML, it will be like this. XML, this will be like this. JSON will be like this. All your JSON files, how the documents are stored, similar how your MongoDB can be stored. So initially I said that how we are using the MongoDB, it is based on the index. This is a major advantage of using index over here. So how it can be create an index? It is automatically created by creating a database collection itself. It will be creator. It is a unique identifier. How it can be created mean based on the two choices. Either allocated the unique key or Mongo shell will do the thing. Either we have to allocate the thing or automatically it can be done. So it will have 11 keys. First four is a timestamp, remaining three is a machine ID, remaining two is my process ID, the last three is my counter value. So this is the how an index can be created. So I said that initially it is a schema free. Why I am saying it is a schema free means we no need to create a schema at initial stage, because no predefinedly, it not predefinedly, while entering the data itself it will create a database, or while creating the thing itself it will create a schema. See here my first data can contain name, ICE, birthplace, aliases, location, boss name. So in my second object in the same database, it will have the name, ICE, location and boss. It doesn't have the another data. My another database can object can contain name and boss. These and all cumulatively can become under one single collection. What we have said in the table in our SQL. Similarly, here we can call it as a collection. So, but each object ID inside the collection is a varied one. Data present in the collection is a varied one. So, only we can call this is a predefined data scheme. So, in database, in RDBMS, we can call it as a database. MongoDB also we can call it as a database. Here we can call it as a table. Here we can call it as a collection. Row can be called it as a document, that is a JSON or a BSON. Column can be called it as a field. Index, the same index. Join and all, here we are going to embed the document. We doesn't have any join operation. There we are going for the partition. Here we are going for the shading. And so this is the basic thing about the MongoDB. In my next video, we're going to study the detailed about the MongoDB along with the example and also with the CURD operation.